Theresa May's obviously announced, hasn't she, recently, that she wants to use any avoidable plastic by 2042. But is that too long, Christiana?
Honestly, the date is almost not as important as the statement of the direction. Because the fact is, once you have established the direction, then you have corporations that move very quickly and you have consumer behavior that changes. So I have no doubt that actually the UK and hopefully many other countries will reach that goal sooner because of corporate leadership and because of changing consumer behavior.
Stella, do you think the governments are doing enough? Obviously, you and Ellen have announced your initiative for fashion redesigns and for fashion sustainability. What impact do you think the government's announcement will have on your initiatives? Do you want them to do more?
I mean, ultimately, the governments can never be doing enough in the situation that we find ourselves in. But I think, you know, I agree with you. Any conversation is a positive conversation. The fact that we've been talking about it here at Davos is you know, it's imperative. But I think that, you know, to let the consumer understand that they don't have to sacrifice anything in the process, and let the business people know that actually it's a fantastic opportunity to look at waste, to look at recycling, to incentivize the consumer and at the same time. And you shouldn't have to sacrifice anything in the process. You know, really, this should be seamless. It should be the modern day standards of how we do business.
And I think there's a really important point when it comes to the consumer, who really shouldn't be a consumer. Unless you're eating food, you shouldn't consume anything, you should use it. I mean, that lies at the heart of the circular economy. But the consumer at the moment feels quite frustrated. It may be with fashion, it may be with plastics. You know, even in my home, and I've spend a lot of time looking at plastics, I don't know where things go. It says check with local recycling. It's not clear what it is. And what we've tried to do with the new plastics economy work that Evian has been part of is to go to the beginning of the pipe and say, how do we change the system that will then enable those consumers to make the right choices? Right now we can't, because the products aren't out there, and the consumer can't do this on their own. It's completely impossible. So to go to the beginning of the system and get the governments, get the companies, get the individuals together to change the system, and then the consumers can work in a different way.
Will the businesses come on board if it's not good for their revenues?
It is good for their revenues.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm a business that practices this. I practice what I preach. I have a healthy business. I'm in an industry that uses the same 7, 8 materials it has done so for hundreds of years. It's not modern. We're not, you know, these are materials that are no longer relevant, really, and there's new technology, there's new opportunities to create new materials. Plastic, I hope, will be a word of the past and not of the future. You know, there's so much exciting stuff out there, and it's an opportunity for everybody to benefit, including the planet, essentially.
But Stella, when you have such a powerful leader such as President Trump, and he's not pushing the conversation forward, what do you want to say to him? I mean, you're an advocate for sustainability. You have been for a long time.
The fact that he's so one way means that there can be a conversation about the other way. And, you know, I'm a great believer that something is better than nothing. So, you know, if this can just result in him having, you know, a view that this can actually be better for everybody, you know, all of us that live here together, both businesses, both policies, both governments, and actually humans, you know, we're all here and we're all in this together. And he's in it too, you know, he can only, you know, Trump needs a planet to live on as much as we do, essentially.
Would you like him to do more?
I mean, I want everyone to do more. I don't think this is an exclusive conversation for Trump. You know, I think that he can highlight it and we can kind of, you know, use him as this sort of figurehead. But essentially, this is a conversation for every single person on the planet to take responsibility. Everyone's consuming. How are we consuming? Where is the waste going? And how do we take that waste in a circular economy and create business out of it? This should be a positive, exciting conversation. It doesn't have to be gloom and doom.
Hi, I'm Tania Bryer, and that was just a taster of what you can find on CNBC Live. For more award-winning content, just click on the videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.